In this particular video, we will look into the classification system which is called a six kingdom classification. So before this six kingdom classification, the systems which were given were two system was there, two kingdom system, three kingdom, four kingdom, five kingdom, and finally it is six kingdom classification. This system is also called as three domain system. It was given by Carl Voigt. So how does these five kingdoms came? In the earlier classification of five kingdom system, there were five kingdoms. The first kingdom was Monera. So the first kingdom was Monera. Carnvois divided this particular kingdom Monera further into two kingdoms. The first kingdom was called as Archaebacteria and second was Eubacteria. So that means this increased the number by one, and now we had six kingdoms by the name of Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, fungi, plantae and the Animalia. Now, what are the domains? These six kingdoms can be divided into three domains. The three domains were, first was the archaea, second was bacteria, and the third was called as eukaryote. The kingdom Archaebacteria which was formed, it came into domain archaea. Second, the kingdom Eubacteria, it came into the domain bacteria, and the remaining four kingdoms were Protista, fungi, plantae, and Animalia. These were placed into the domain Eukarya, and that is how it became six kingdom classification, as well as it is called as three domain system of classification. After this, we will be following the five kingdom system of classification given by Whitaker. So, in this particular table, the five kingdoms main points are elucidated. Now, talking about the first point, cell type or cell structure. In this, we will see that whether the kingdom is having prokaryotic cells or it is having eukaryotic cells. So, the first kingdom, that is Monera, it is the only kingdom which has prokaryotic cells, and all the rest four kingdoms, these are eukaryotic. Second point is the nuclear membrane, that is the envelope or membrane that is present around nucleus. So we very well know that prokaryotic cells do not have nuclear membrane and eukaryotic cells have nuclear membrane. So only Monera kingdom will have nuclear membrane absent, and rest four kingdoms have this nuclear membrane. Next, moving to the condition of cell wall. So if we see the first one, then cell wall is present in Monera. It is present in some Protista. It is present in some fungi. It is present in Plantae, but it is absent in the case of Animalia. So that means out of five kingdoms, only kingdom Animalia does not have cell wall, and rest will be having cell wall. Talking of the composition of cell wall, in the case of Monera, the cell wall is made of polysaccharides and amino acids, but polysaccharides are non-cellulosic. That means it will not be cellulose which will be present here. Talking about the Protista, all Protista do not have cell wall. Some Protista have cell wall, and it is present in chrysophytes, it is present in dinoflagellates and the spores of slime molds. Moving to the cell wall of fungi, the fungal cell wall is characterized by the presence of chitin. It also has polysaccharide in it. The cell walls of Plantae, these are mainly made of cellulose. So it is a difference in the cell walls. After this, moving to the next character, that is the body organization. So kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista, these two have cellular body organization. The body will be made of single cells, so we can say it will be unicellular in these two kingdoms. When talking about fungi, the body is multicellular, but it will be having loose tissue. So the point to be noted here is that we are saying that fungi are multicellular, but we very well know that yeast or Saccharomyces is an exception over here because it is unicellular. But most fungi will be multicellular. Moving to Plantae. Plantae have tissue organization or organ organization, but organ system will not be present here. But if we see the Animalia kingdom, in this the organization is present up to organ system. Moving to the last point, that is mode of nutrition. Now the first kingdom, Monera. In Monera, mode of nutrition can be heterotrophic. The mode of nutrition can be autotrophic. Now, heterotrophic can be of two types. It can be saprophytic, it can be parasitic. Autotrophic can be chemosynthetic or it can be photosynthetic. Moving to Protista, the mode can be heterotrophic. The mode can as well be of autotrophic, but in the autotrophic, chemosynthetic will not be present. Here it will be photosynthetic. Moving to fungi. Now in fungi, it will only be heterotrophic. Autotrophic condition is absent in the case of fungi. There are some exceptions, or we can say symbionts, which we study later. Those are also present in the case of fungi. We can say lichens. Lichens is an example of symbiont over here. We can as well as say mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizae are also examples of symbionts. Next we come to Plantae. Plants are autotrophic and these will be photosynthetic. But there will be some plants as well which will be partially heterotrophic. Moving to the last one, last kingdom, Animalia. In Animalia, it is heterotrophic condition which is present. These will be saprophytic, these will be parasitic, and also a condition will be present which is called as holozoic. Holozoic condition is the condition in which there is ingestion of food, and this condition is present in Animalia.